in Charge City on a muni line. I put you on hold, but you're sure looking fine. No, when I see your car at the donut house, do you want to see a movie about a creeper in the house? You want to go bowling? You want to chuck some rocks? You want to come to my house and change all the locks?
Thanks for coming tonight to American Messenger. I'm Charles Whittier. Wanted to say a couple words about Colleen and her work, how we met, and welcome you all to the space. I've known Colleen about 5 years. We met through a mutual friend, Victor Tung, who's also a painter and a couturier in North Beach, now living back in Changsha. But during pandemic, we were all spending time at Victor's studio on Commercial Street, setting up pop-ups on the street, working, making paintings out on the street and talking to people. It was a crazy time, as everyone knows, but the sense of community we built with Victor, Colleen, and some of the other artists was really strong, and this show came out of that dialogue and communion we had as artists. So I'm excited to share some of her work with you. Colleen is a traditionally trained couturier and painter. She learned her craft in France, and she's also a teacher. She teaches traditional couture. The pieces on view tonight here, these paper sculptures, are wearable art objects, but shortly you'll see the models will be wearing some of her original one-of-a-kind garments and walking through the space for you all to see the pieces. So I just couldn't be happier to share this with you all. Thanks for making an effort to be here tonight and support Colleen. I'm gonna let another friend talk a little bit about Colleen's work before we go into the performance itself. But thanks for coming. If you have any questions about the work or the space, let me know, and enjoy yourselves. Thanks. Now I offer Ginger's thoughts on Colleen. Ginger?
Well, thank you, Marc Capelle.
Of course.
So I attended the first showing of Colleen Quen's work here. I was invited by a friend who was a wonderful piano player, and I was so delighted by both the space and, of course, her work that I moseyed on up and said, hey, I'm kind of a writer. Can I write about you? So I wrote just a short piece now. There might be a longer one in the future involving more family history and more exploration of her couture. But for now, just a little bit. In an old loft on 9th Street, deep in the heart of Soma, clouds hover between the ceiling and the floor, lit by beams of sunlight slanting through transom windows, while a grand piano plays. They aren't actual clouds, made of water droplets and condensation. These are made of paper. Not only can you touch them, you can wear them. But in fact, sky gazing was the inspiration. Artist and couturier Colleen Quen's father was an aviation engineer, the sky his canvas. Contrary to poetic viewing, where they seem, in balmy weather, to be mere wisps, light feathery puffs strewn across the heavens, clouds are actually very heavy. To fly through one is to know both density and immensity. To then gaze up at them with your father during his descent into dementia is to be brought close to him in a way needing few words. Says Quen. We would talk about the sky. How's the weather? How are the clouds? That became our love and our connection. I just wanted to be close to him, and so if he's talking about clouds, I will talk about clouds. He had such a wealth of wisdom and knowledge about the sky, the universal symbolism of it all. And now that he is in heaven and I am on earth, the clouds are between us. In the midst of grieving, Quen stopped creating work for 9 months. Her father had been profoundly supportive of her artistic evolution, even when she chose not to pursue a career based on her degree in computer science, but instead to study fashion and design. He was my savior, she says. But then she received an invitation to create an installation at the Asian Art Museum. Looking for inspiration, she again gazed at the clouds. I look at them like bouquets of flowers. I've always been inspired by Mother Earth, but this time, instead of being inspired by the earth, I was inspired by the clouds. The shapes, the softness, the love. I first created petals of flowers that then became huge cloud bouquets. My father wanted me to do it, to push myself, to awaken again. My cloud bouquets are for him. Earthbound and resplendent in the center of the room is the snake gown. Quen, a San Francisco native, after receiving her degree in American fashion from FIDM, studied the art of Parisian couture from Simone Sethna. Her extraordinary and unique gowns, each one is only made once, have graced museum collections, ballet stages, and the sort of gala attended only by invitation. Unlike those gorgeous gowns, however, the snake gown was a collaborative effort. To create an installation for the community, I wanted to share the process, says Quen. As I'm also a teacher, I brought together teacher friends, designer friends, artists, and painters and singers. It was kind of like Thanksgiving in the sense that I said, let's all get together and have fun. Let's play. I'll give you each 20 petals and you can paint whatever you want. You can paint blessings, anything. Whatever is your expression while we give to each other and unite in creativity. The process was then also offered to the larger community, a diversity of all ages and cultures who gathered together. Quen is a Qigong practitioner, believing that the process of creating art is healing, and healing comes through creating. Those images painted were never subjected to judgment about artistic prowess. Rather, it was being present with each other and making the time very special painting time. It was a congregation of an artistic and holistic kind. Quen then took those paintings home and created paper petals. Those petals became the cloud creations and the scales for the gown, except they aren't reflective of snake scales in the usual sense. They are arced and curved, as though ready to be lifted by a gentle breeze, or by the live offering of music spreading out and rising up through the roof to those clouds above. It is the year of the snake. Certainly, a snake sheds its skin regularly, thus the metaphor of transformation. But the year of the snake is also an honoring of wisdom, self-reflection, and embracing change. I think we could all use a little bit of that right now. So please, delight in the work, listen to the music, and reflect on the beauty that is in the sky above and down below, here, where each expression is honored, scales and all.